This
Hazarima,
conference will now be recorded.
Yali, Ya Hazarima, the global जमात जी को मुश्किल आसान करी नेक उम्मीद पूरी करे आफतों बलाओं बीमारियों तकलीफों दूर करी वदा जी नेक उम्मीद पूरी करे तस्बीह करो जिक्र जी तस्बीह बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम या आले नबी औलादे अली या मुश्किल कुशाया हाज़र इमाम या आले नबी औलादे अली या मुश्किल कुशाया हाज़र इमाम या आले नबी औलादे अली या मुश्किल कुशाया हाज़र इमाम या आले नबी औलादे अली या मुश्किल कुशाया हाज़र इमाम या आले नबी औलादे अली या मुश्किल कुशाया हाज़र इमाम या आले नबी औलादे अली या मुश्किल कुशाया हाज़र इमाम या आले नबी औलादे अली या मुश्किल कुशाया हाज़र इमाम या आले नबी औलादे अली या मुश्किल कुशाया हाज़र इमाम या आले नबी औलादे अली या मुश्किल कुशाया हाज़र इमाम या आले नबी औलादे अली या मुश्किल कुशाया हाज़र इमाम या आले नबी औलादे अली या मुश्किल कुशाया हाज़र इमाम या रहमान या रहीम 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 शुक्रन लीला वल हमदोलिला 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 शुक्रन लीला वल्हम्दुलिल्लाह 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 shukran lillah, walhamdulillah, shukran lillah, walhamdulillah. Shukran lillah walhamdulillah, 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 shukran lillah walhamdulillah. Ya Hayyul Qayyum Ya Aliyul Azim Ya Sahibul Zaman Ya Hazar Imam. Ya Hayyul Qayyum Ya Aliyul Azim Ya Sahibul Zaman Ya Hazar Imam. Ya Hayyul Qayyum Ya Aliyul Azim Ya Sahibul Zaman Ya Hazar Imam. Shukr alhamdulillah, shukr alhamdulillah.
Subhanallah, Subhanallah. Ya Ali Madad, Ya Ali Madad.
Malali Madad.
Mali Madad, sir.
Malali Madad.
Ya Ali Madad, Ya Ali Madad, Ya Ali Madad. तमाम साथियों को या अली मदद एंड वेलकम.
Maulali Madad Aziz Bhai.
Ameen, Ameen, Ameen. Ya Ali Madad, Ya Ali Madad. So nice to see everyone again today. आज इंशाल्लाह इमाम की शफकत से, इमाम की दुआओं से और आप तमाम साथियों की दुआओं से एक नए सेशन का हम आगाज करेंगे. इसमें से कुछ चीजें ऐसी होगी जो हमारे लिए नहीं होगी, बट इंशाल्लाह we can learn new things even within the old things every day. As a human nature, we forget. So we will have a series of lectures on the importance of ilm in our tariqah. So let's start with the name, the holy name, the Mubarak name of Nur Maulana Shah Karim Al Hussaini. Hazir Imam, Ya Maulaye Mehrban, Ya Maulaye Mehrban, Madad Farma, Allahul Qayyum, Ali Allah, Madad Farma. या मौला, हम गरीब एक बार फिर कुछ हकीराना सा कोशिश करना चाहते हैं इल्म की राह में. चूंकि आप ही का फरमान है कि लर्न 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 लर्न, and with that फरमान we are saying Mullah Labbaik, Ameen. We will follow your फरमान Mullah. Please, please Mullah, keep your shafqat, your mercy on us. Keep your blessed hand on our shoulder Mullah. या मौला मेहरबान, हमारे करीब खड़े हो जाना मौला, ताकि हम तेरी रहमत को अपने दिल के अंदर महसूस कर सके मौला. या मौला मेहरबान, आप जानते हैं कि हम कितने गरीब और नाचीज हैं मौला. तेरी रहमत के बगैर, तेरी मदद के बगैर we are not able to do anything मौला. Help us मौला, help us. Once again, thank you everyone for joining us this morning. Inshallah, in this series of lecture, we will be able to learn things which we can immediately apply to our life. Because just listening and learning is not good enough until and unless we apply that to our daily life, daily practice. And inshallah, we are all murid, the mu'mineen, the followers of the Imam Zaman. हम क्यों इमाम को खुश ना करें, जबकि हमारी खुशी इमाम की खुशी में है। जब इमाम चाहते हैं कि हम अपने मजहब को समझे, जाने और उसके ऊपर चलें, if this is what makes Imam happy, then why would we not take a small step to make him happy? Inshallah, we will take that one step so Mola may come closer to us with his blessing, with his mercy, with his smile, 100 steps closer to us. So Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We will start with some Farameen, and I have this book which all of you have, which is printed by the Tariqa board recently. And I have pulled 3 Farameen. I will just give you the date, and I would encourage you to read those Farameen in totality. But I will only read one paragraph to see what does Imam wants from us. What does Imam wants from us? So this is the Farman, Karachi, Pakistan, 16 December 2017. And these are series of Farameen in his visit to Karachi in Golden Jubilee. Imam says, and I say to my spiritual children, therefore, that the notion of education is no longer limited in time. Think of it as a lifelong exercise. Read, think, dialogue, reflect, and bring to yourself as much knowledge as you can in order to lead your life in a better way every day. This is a farman. This is a farman I give you today, but which applies throughout your lifetime. You see that? And I have 3 more marks from the very farman. But for today, and we will read one of each every session going forward. What did Mullah Baba said? It's a lifelong practice, exercise. Read, think, dialogue, reflect, and bring to yourself as much knowledge as you can to your life. That is Imam's Farman. According to this Farman, by saying Amin Ya Mola, We hear you and we wanted to make you happy, Mola. So these sessions are built around this Farman of lifelong learning, because the friends on this line, we may be in our 20s, 30s, even 40s and 50s. Sometimes we forget and we think, one, I'm too old to learn anything new. Second, I know everything. I do not need to learn anything new. And the third one can be even worse, and that is, I don't care. I don't need to learn. That can be a dangerous thought for a moment, that I don't care and I don't need to learn. Let's say, what does our 48th Imam, Imam Aka Sultan Muhammad Shah Salawatullah Alaihi, may our soul be sacrificed to the Imam, says about the ilm. Imam says, the inside soul with ilm will elevate step by step. One step completed, it will be able to climb next step. यहां पर हम थोड़ा सा सोचने की कोशिश करें कि मौला फरमाते कि वो रूहें, वो मोमिनीन, वो जमात जो इल्म के साथ है, वही रूहें दर्जा ब दर्जा तरक्की करती है. Mullah did not say one with the ibadat. Mullah did not say one with the voluntarism, one with this or that. Simple farman. And we will see why and how. That is the journey, right? How does a soul with ilm will elevate himself step by step? And after every step completed, then it will be able to climb the next step. And look at the next line has our answer. But the one having no knowledge, no ilm, will say, I am going nowhere. I am staying here. जिसके पास इल्म नहीं होता है, वो कहीं नहीं जाता है. वो चाहे कितनी भी इबादत कर ले, वो कहता है मैं कहाँ जाता हूं, मैं तो यही हूं. मैंने 20 साल इबादत की, मैंने 40 साल इबादत की. Where am I going? I'm here, right here. I'm not going anywhere. Because it is the ilm which will show you the way. It will confirm the correct path. With the ilm, we will be able to understand the farman. And when we understand the farman, with the ilm, we will be able to follow it. And when we follow with the ilm, inshallah, our ranks will increase step by step. We will be able to go forward. What is the importance of ilm in our tariqah? Why not in other tariqahs? Because our tariqah is the tariqah of the batin, and our tariqah is the tariqah of intellect. चूंकि हमारा तरीका बातिनी है और हमारा तरीका अक्ल पर रखा गया है। तो हम इल्म के बगैर, without the ilm, how will we be able to look at the batin of our tariqah, and how will we be able to follow it intellectually? Because it is the ilm which shed light on our path, on our way. We will be able to say this is right and this is not right. It is the ilm that shows you what you are doing is beneficial and what you are doing could be more beneficial than what you have today. The ilm of our tariqah will show us, will teach us, will guide us how to practice our tariqah. There will be no more blind faith. There will be no more mimicking. Because my parents did it, I'm doing it. Because my friends are doing it, I am doing it. Because that is the only thing I know, so I'm doing it. इल्म के साथ वो चीजें खत्म हो जाती है जो हम ब्लाइंडली ऑटोमेटिकली करते रहते हैं, और हमारा वो मिमिक करना, बंदर की तरह किसी चीज को फॉलो करना खत्म हो जाता है। क्यों? कि हम बंदर नहीं, हम इंसान हैं, इंटेलेक्चुअल ह्यूमन है। Ilm will separate you from the animal acts, the mimicking. हम यूं कर रहे हैं क्योंकि मेरे पेरेंट्स ने किया था, हम वो कर रहे हैं जो हमारे दोस्त करते हैं। This will be removed because ilm will show you exactly what to do and what not to do. It is the ilm will show you how you can benefit from the hours, the time, and the practice that you have put in toward the tariqah. How to benefit from it more. Because when we have no ilm, we may be receiving benefit, but at a very minimum level. Let's take the simple examples. The example of Jamaat Khana. Why do I have to go to Jamaat Khana when I can recite my dua at home? Why do I need to go to Jamaat Khana when I can do my bandagi at home? With the ilm, you will be able to tell yourself, number one, it is more beneficial to pray together. See the word more. क्योंकि इल्म आपको बताएगा कि जमात खाने जाने से कितना ज्यादा फायदा होता है। क्योंकि जब हम टुगेदर प्रे करते हैं तो एक प्रेयर की अच्छी खासी क्वांटिटी बन जाती है। Second, ilm will tell you and show you that if we are weak and we are not able to elevate, but when we go to Jamaat Khana and when we perform dua and sit in the ibadat with other elevated mu'mineen, maybe their ibadat will benefit us. When the shower of the nur and the blessing and the mercy of the imam is on them, we will also will get a drop or two. चूंकि हम कमजोर, गरीब, वीक हैं, लेकिन जब हम जमात खाने में जाकर अच्छे अच्छे मोमिनीन के साथ इबादत करते हैं, तो उम्मीद ये है कि उनकी इबादत में जब नूर की बारिश होगी, रहमत की बारिश होगी, तो उसके छींटे हम पर भी उड़ेंगे, हम गरीब भी उस नूर से ना लेंगे. We will benefit from that noor as well. Ilm will tell you that. What is Jamaat Khana? Is it a place of gathering and enjoying social life? Or Jamaat Khana is a place of prayers, happiness? What is the Jamaat Khana? How do you see Jamaat Khana? Ilm will tell you. Those without the ilm goes to Jamaat Khana, and those with the ilm also goes to Jamaat Khana. But the way we see Jamaat Khana is different, two different views. One will say that I have nothing better to do, so I will go to Jamaat Khana and pass my hour or two. Because I'm bored, I will go to Jamaat Khana so I can socialize and meet my friends. One will say, I will go to Jamaat Khana because Jamaat Khana is on my way to shopping. Because I need to go shopping after Jamaat Khana, and Jamaat Khana is on my way, so I'll just go to Jamaat Khana. It's just a stop on your way, and your niyat, your intention is the shopping at the end of Jamaat Khana. But those with the ilm, and we're going to take the same scenarios that we have just taken. Same scenario that we have just taken. So one with the ilm, let's say this first scenario, I will go to Jamaat Khana because I have nothing better to do. One with the ilm will say that going to Jamaat Khana is better than staying home. So let me go to Jamaat Khana because it is the farman and it is beneficial for my soul. You see, the action is same. Action is same. Niyat, intention is different. आपने देखा एक ही एक्शन एक इल्म वाला आदमी और एक बे इल्म आदमी करता है. Who you think is going to benefit more from going to Jamaat Khana? The one who had the niyat, intention was correct. How did this intention become correct? With ilm. With ilm. With ilm, the niyat became important to him. Same action. Let's say you are supposed to meet your friend in Jamaat Khana, and we already heard the one without the ilm will have a niyat of going to Jamaat Khana to meet the friend. Let's say take the same scenario with the ilm. The person with the ilm will say that I will go to Jamaat Khana to pray and inshallah have the Imam's mercy on me. And then while I'm in Jamaat Khana, inshallah, I will meet this friend. You see, the niyat, the intention changed. Same action, benefits are different. આપણા ગુજરાતીમાં કહે છે ને કે જે બે પૈસાનો ફાયદો થાય ઈ કામ કરવાનો, બે પૈસાનો ફાયદો થાય ને ઈ કામ કરવાનો. The person with the ilm is the one who will benefit a great deal because he knows how to set his intention. तो जो इल्म वाला आदमी होगा वो अपने एक्शन को अपनी नीयत के साथ अलाइन करता है, उसको जोड़ता है ताकि उसको जमात खाने जाने का ज्यादा फायदा हो. I hope you are understanding the examples I'm giving you. The actions is same, the time and the effort are same, only different is, and what is that? The different is the ilm, the understanding, and the niyat. And the niyat. Let's take the second example. Let's go further. Why it is important for us to understand and have the ilm. एक और मर्तबा हम देखें कि इल्म की क्या कदर और कीमत है हमारे तरीके के अंदर. जब हम जमात खाने जाते हैं या जब हम जमात खाने नहीं जाते हैं, दोनों केस के अंदर, we will take example when we go to jamaat khana and when we not go to jamaat khana. What a person with the ilm will do. How can ilm help you regardless? So person with the ilm, he will see that if I'm not going to jamaat khana, what is the reason? What is stopping me from going to jamaat khana? Is it my shaitan, my carnal soul, or is it something other than that? क्या वजह है कि मुझे जमात खाने नहीं जाना है? क्या ये मेरी अना, मेरा शैतान है जो मुझे जमात खाने जाने से रोकता है, या कोई और वजह है? इल्म वाला आदमी ये सोचेगा. He will think about that before he decides to go or decides not to go, regardless. Because he has the ilm, he will be able to make a correct, ilmi, intellectual decision. Then even if he does not go, he will have a logic and a reasoning. And we all remember that Farman of Imam. Our tariqah is of the intellect and reasoning. And I'm coming to that. We're going to learn things differently today, inshallah. Our tariqah is of the intellect and reasoning. Because our tariqah does not want to burden you. Because it is the tariqah of intellect and reasoning. हमारा तरीका अक्ल और रैशनैलिटी का है, वो आपके ऊपर बोझ नहीं है, वो बोझ नहीं है आपके ऊपर. तो जब इंसान के पास, जब मोमिन के पास, जब एक इस्माइली के पास इमाम का सच्चा इल्म होता है, तो वो अपने तरीके को खुशी खुशी फॉलो करता है, बर्डन के साथ नहीं. With the ilm, you will be able to follow the tariqa happily, not with the burden. Not with the burden. So think about it, that you are sick today. Your back is hurting. Your children are crying. You are at work. If you have the ilm and understanding, then you will rationalize that if I'm at work, I have two choices: quit my job, not feed my family, and go to Jamaat Khana. Or you can look around to see what Imam has said about that. Imam says, if you cannot come to Jamaat Khana, then what do you do? What do you do? You take your tasbih. You remember Allah. You remember Muhammad. You remember Ali. Say your dua when you can. Our tariqa is not burdensome. हमारे तरीके में बर्डन नहीं है. हमारा तरीका लॉजिक पर रखा गया है. Your children are crying, you push them, you take them to Jamaat Khana, and they cry in Jamaat Khana during both dua. What benefit did you get, and what benefit did Jamaat got from you coming to Jamaat Khana? Tell me. Intellectual, logical decision. But I'm not saying don't go to Jamaat Khana, because your logic, your intellect will tell you it is more beneficial to pray in the Jamaat Khana with others. So combinedly, you can create a spiritual environment in which you can sit and benefit. But when you can't, then don't feel guilty. Don't live your life with guilt. With guilt. Don't do that. Because guilt is not good. Guilt will bring you hopelessness. And hopelessness is the no, no, no in our tariqah. With the ilm will come the hope. With the ilm and logic will come happiness. So then, whatever you decide, whatever you do, you will be happy because you made that decision, understanding the Farman, understanding the ilm, understanding the guidance, and then you followed intellectually with logic. That is our tariqah. That is our tariqah. So I was reading this Farman just earlier. I'm displaying here. And of course, we will share all these references with you, inshallah, with the recording. So we were reading this Farman. This incited soul with ilm will elevate step by step. With all the things we just talked about, now you can see how this Farman plays a huge role in Momin's life if they follow the Farman. One step completed, it will be able to climb next step. But those without the ilm will say, I am going nowhere, because they have no knowledge, no way of understanding where they are going. तो जो इल्म के बिगर होगे वो कहेंगे मैं कहाँ जाता हूँ, मैं तो यहीं बैठा हुआ हूँ, क्योंकि उसके पास वो इल्म ही नहीं है जिससे वो अपने स्टेजेस को, अपनी एलिवेशन को समझ सके. So Mullah further says, you also gradually foster your hearts in Sufism, have a thought of elevation even higher than that. The Sufi religion is the tariqah, but then you will reach the hakikat, because we are at the level of hakikat. So this farman, this line of farman applies to those Ismailis who loves to follow Shariat and who are sitting on a path, not walking, not elevating, not going anywhere. Pardon me, please excuse me for showing the light and the way. But let the truth come into our heart. It is okay to have a constructive feedback. It's not a criticism, a constructive feedback. So those who are sitting and following the Shariat of our tariqah, who are saying that I'm not going anywhere, I'm sitting here, Mola Baba wants to guide you. Mola Baba wants to guide you. And Nachiz and Garib like to show you this farman to awaken you, to jolt you. If you are sitting on tariqah, let's look at the second step, which is the Sufism. That is the tariqat. It is better than Shariat. But Mullah says, then you must reach Hakikat. Because our tariqah is the tariqah of Hakikat, of the truth, of the batin. And look at how Mullah is merciful. Gently, softly says, little by little, you will start to fly. You will progress, little by little. Don't we want to progress? Don't we want it to come closer and closer to the Noor of Imam? Don't we want to make our Imam happy? If answer is yes, and answer must be yes, then what we supposed to do? We supposed to follow the Farman and move forward. Don't sit. Don't sit on Shariat. Because Shariat was 1400 years ago. And Shariat today is only to teach and guide us toward the tariqat and hakikat. Mola further says, a little bit more harsh word. Okay? And remember, I'm not here. We are just learning. I'm not here to criticize, but to show the Farman which we have forgotten. Mola says, you are also ignorant. Why our Mola, who's so blessed, so merciful, he's our spiritual father, our loving, loving mother. Why would he criticize us? Why? To jolt us, to awaken us. He's saying, you are ignorant. You don't know the real value of your deen. Why don't we know the real value of the deen? Because we have no ilm. We have no ilm. We have no ilm. You see how important the ilm is? You don't know its meaning. We don't understand the batin of our tariqah. Even don't have understanding. Take it to heart. It's okay. We can criticize ourselves. We can criticize ourselves. Let's take this word to the heart. It's okay. Let's take it to heart. Mullah saying you are ignorant. You don't know the real value of your deen. You don't know its meaning. Even you don't understand. What is the aspiration of the deen for you. Many are those amongst you who have registered their names in the Ismaili Tariqa and claim that we are Ismailis. But what are the Ismaili faith and its quality? Of that they know nothing. They are but foolish. Are you with me? I would love to criticize myself. If this is something I can do to myself to learn, then I welcome this criticism. If this will awaken me, I will take this criticism. If this will jolt me, I will take this criticism. What about you? Are you with me on this? Are we ready to be awakened? Are we ready to be jolted? Do we want to be elevated? Do we want every single action we take to be more beneficial than what it is today? Together, we can decide this. We can choose to move forward because human, we have a free will. With that free will, you can choose path A, the easy and faster path, or choose path B, slow and hard path. But guess what? Eventually, we will all get there. The decision is, do we take the shortcut and faster way, or we take long way and harder way? Decision is our. One with the ilm, one with the intellect, one with the logic will always choose the easy and short path. One without the ilm, because he does not know what is good for him, will always take the longer and harder way. So now let's take this line and ask ourselves the question, do we know the value of our deen? Do we know the meaning of our deen? Do we understand our deen? Does our deen inspire us? Have we registered ourselves to be Ismaili? Are we just claiming to be Ismaili? What does Ismaili means? We're supposed to follow Imam's farman. No excuses. क्या हम इस बात को समझते हैं? क्या हम जाइलों के अंदर काउंट होते हैं? क्या हम अपने मजहब की वैल्यू को समझते हैं? क्या हम अपने मजहब के मानी को समझते हैं? क्या हमारे पास अपने मजहब की कोई समझ है, कोई सूझबूझ है? क्या हमने अपने मजहब में सिर्फ नाम लिखवाया है या हम हकीकी मोमिन है? हमारे मजहब की क्या वैल्यू है? Do we know? That is the question, self-reflection to ourselves. I have a couple of references from the Quran, Hadith. We saw the Imam Farman, I read from the book. We saw the Imam Farman here. And the Quran says, there's a prayer in the Quran, oh my Lord, improve me in knowledge. That should be our prayer. That should be our prayer. Improve me in my understanding, my knowledge. Elevate me in my ranks. That should be our prayer. And that was the prayer of Prophet Muhammad. Rabbi Zidni Ilma. O Rabb, increase me in ilm. That should be our prayer. Every day moving forward, we should pray that Ya Mola, increase my understanding, increase my ranks, increase my knowledge, my ilm, the true ilm of my tariqah. Please show me the path. Give me the ilm so I can understand. Question. And I will just leave you with the question, and then following week we'll come to the answer. Three questions. Three questions. What is ilm? Question number one. What is ilm? Question number two. What is the ilm for us? What is ilm? And which ilm should we be learning? Question number three. How do we know if this ilm is the true ilm of the Imam? I will leave you with these three questions. I really hope that most of us will follow this series. Most of us will ponder on it. Most of us will ask questions. That's how we will move forward on this ilmi journey together. I'm with you on this journey. I'm learning with you on this path. I'm with you. We are together. We're going to move forward. Think of this three questions. What is ilm? What is the ilm for us? And what is the true ilm of the Imam? And we will share this page with you. So let me stop here. Ji Kamre sir.
Subhanallah, subhanallah, sir. Friends, if you have any question, please share in the chat room. Sir, we don't have any question right now on the chat. Any,
Yali sir.
Ya Ali Madad.
I've been taught with very young age that our religion is not a burden, but is our responsibility. Because my father told me it doesn't matter wherever you are, whatever you do, dua's time is dua's time. You say dua on the dua's time. That's very important to say dua, and you can say on your heart. You can, if you are busy somewhere, you can say dua in your heart. If you cook honey, it's different. But if you in the any places you are, you say dua in your heart. But dua's time you should not miss it, because if you miss it, you'll say later will never come. And after 12 o'clock, dua's time is gone. You can't say dua. That's what I've been taught. Is that true?
Okay, so different level of understanding. Remember, you said the key word from my childhood. Your father was teaching you like a child. So let's come and let's be an adult. Is a watch. A watch will tell me when to remember my Mola, or is my Mola going to tell me when to remember him? Question. Is the watch will tell me when to remember Mola, or is my Mola going to tell me when to remember my Mola? I will choose the second. I will follow the Imam, not the watch. Not the watch. Watch cannot tell me when to follow my Imam. So let's see what Mola Baba says about that. Mola Baba says, when you have a second, when you have a minute, remember Allah, remember Muhammad, remember Ali. Take your tasbih when you have a minute. We live the life of the tariqah. The every single second of the day we are living. The Jamaat Khana is not where our tariqah starts and ends. That is not the good understanding. So how do I understand this? I remember Mola all day long. I can say my dua at 6:30. I can say dua at 7 o'clock. I can say my dua at 7:30. A watch cannot tell me when is the dua. Let me give you a logical answer to that. In your Jamaat Khana, let's say dua is at 6:30. But my Jamaat Khana dua is at 7 o'clock. And the next Jamaat Khana down the street has the dua at 7:30. Which dua time will you follow? You see, that becomes illogical when we are ilm, we are in ilm, and when we are adult. For children, your father was absolutely right to show the discipline and teach the discipline. He said, do not miss the dua time. Dua time is the dua time and do not miss. He was absolutely right. And you are absolutely right. But when did he teach you that? When you were a child. We are no longer children. So which dua time will you follow? 6:30, 7:30. And I remember living in our old country back in Pakistan. During the curfew, during the bad environment, we would have a dua time 3:30 in afternoon. What time did I say? 3:30 in afternoon. And then in Pakistan, we have dua time start from 6:20 in evening until 7:40 in the evening. So which dua time will you follow? 6:20 to 7:40 in the evening. You see, intellect and logic is the name of our tariqah. Follow the intellect and follow the logic. Follow Imam's farman. Ji.
Another question. When I remember Mola every second. Of course, I can't forget him. But when I'm driving, I like to keep music in the car, music going on. But my brain is only on my Mola's name, but music going on. So can I do that way? So my heart is Mola's name, but music going on. Can I do that way?
There's nothing wrong with it. Remember again the Mola Farman. Remember me every second. That's it. That's the answer to your question. Remember me every second. Ji.
Sir, thank you. That's good answer. I got my answer today. Because every second is my Mola is my heart, but in my but I sometimes I can't drive without music. So, but my heart is Mola, Mola, Mola. But yali, yali, yali. But I keep driving as well. Same time I keep music as well. Sometimes I was wondering, should I do that or not? I should keep music off. If I keep music off, I don't feel very good to drive because I need some kind of entertainment when you're driving. That's what I do every second when I'm doing my garden. Whatever I do, I just keep music, but I keep Mola is my name. That's what I keep in doing it.
Ji. Do we have any other comments or question?
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
अजीज भाई,
जी।
याली मदद राबिया,
या अली मदद।
मैं बस एक चीज का मुझे बहुत स्पेक्यूलेशन ये है कि जब ये अपन दुआ पढ़ते हैं और अपन लोग का मकसद है जब वो याली या मोहम्मद की तस्बीह आती है तो एक एक दाना या अली या मोहम्मद या अली ऐसा करके 11 दाना पूरा करते, बट इट गिव्स मी समथिंग जब दुआ जमात खाने में पढ़ाती हो गए तो वो ये लोग पूरी तस्बीह 11 दाने तक नहीं जाते, कोई जल्दी से एकदम से शुरू हो जाता है. तो I don't know that pricks my heart. It pricks my heart. एक 11 दाने में only 11 सेकंड ही लगेंगे. I don't know. I feel very guilty also.
मेरी बहन, कुर्बान आपकी सादगी से और कुर्बान आपकी तस्वीर से. So my sister is saying sometime we don't recite 11 dana. You know, there is a very famous Iqbal शेर कि वो मोमिन क्या जो गिन गिन कर अपने खुदा को याद करे, जबकि खुदा उसको गिन गिन कर कुछ नहीं देता. वो मोमिन क्या जो अपने खुदा को गिन गिन कर याद करे, जबकि खुदा उसको गिन गिन कर नहीं देता.
Okay.
So it is not the quantity, it is the quality that
Quality. Okay, अच्छा. Okay. Thank you so much. हाँ, नहीं. मैंने कहा ये थोड़ा सा प्रिक होता था कि भाई वो क्यों जल्दी खत्म कर लेते हैं. So I got my answer. और मौला आपको जिंदगी तंदुरुस्ती देवे, सेवादारियों की सेवा कबूल करे और आप सदा खुश रहो और सदा जियो ताकि हमको नॉलेज मिलते रहे.
आमीन. शुक्र अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. शुक्र मौला.
याली
याली
मदद.
मदद sir.
याली मदद.
Aziz sir, मेरे को पूछना कि I can even speak in Gujarati. What is so difference between 11 dana and 33 dana? Is there a certain significance कि हम आपने 11 पढ़े ने आपने 33 पढ़े का 40? What is the difference between 11, 33 and 40 tasbihs we take out?
And there is another 101 dana. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
So that's a good question. When we are children, may it be the physical children or spiritual children or the emotionally children or the intellectual children. When we are children, to teach us, to discipline us, we are given a number, a significant number. May it be 11, 33, 40, 101. To teach us the discipline. To teach us the discipline. But after we are disciplined, after we understand that this number was given to us to teach us, to tell us to do a zikr in a continued manner. Meaning, when you start the zikr, don't stop. Do the zikr in continued manner. Once we understand that, the tasbih needs to go. The tasbih in our hand needs to go. Because as long as you have a tasbih in your hand, let me tell you the benefit and disadvantage of having tasbih in your hand. The benefit is that it keeps you focused. But the disadvantage is that your focus is on the number, not on the name.
Correct.
Do you understand that? कि जब तक हमारे हाथ में तस्वीर है ना, तभी तक उसका एक एडवांटेज ये है कि हम फोकस रहते हैं. डिसएडवांटेज ये है कि हमारा फोकस जो है ना वो नंबर पर है, नाम पर नहीं है. So eventually we have to grow up and say, I don't not need to count and I'm disciplined enough to focus. So now that answered your question completely. The discipline was 11, 33, 40, 101. So you use that tasbih to discipline yourself. But when you say I am disciplined enough, you have to let that tasbih go. The quantity has to go because quality needs to take place. Ji.
Thank you very much, sir. Mola bless you with good health, happiness, and always into seva, sir. Thank you.
Amen. Ji.
So we have the question in the chat. Friends asking, Jamaat Khana is nowadays a very noisy kids running around and I would like to go to Jamaat Khana, but too much physical distraction. So I try and say my prayers at home. How do I get the benefit of the other moments who are elevated? I know I am missing this by not going to Jamaat Khana as much.
Yes. So that, उर्दू में बोलते हैं ये तलवार दो धारी है. ગુજરાતીમાં આપણે કહીએ છીએ ને આ તલવાર છે ને બે ધારી છે. જાયે તો બી ને ના જાયે તો બી. Is a two sorted, two sharp edges sword. So I agree with you, Sharos, that sometimes it is hard to concentrate because people are talking, the kids are running around. But if we go to Jamaat Khana with the niyat, let me tell you when kids are not screaming and running around. You know when? Go 30 minutes before the Jamaat Khana. 30 minutes before the Jamaat Khana. And when Jamaat Khana ends, when the kids start their noise, that's the time for us to leave. So there is a workaround, a loophole. Go 30 minutes before Jamaat Khana. No one is there. Even Mukhi Sahib is not there. No one is doing Ginan or anything. You sit in a corner, do your tasbih in a peace. Receive all the benefit. And then when the dua starts, you will be with the Jamaat. Inshallah, the noise will be at the minimum level. Inshallah. And then you can benefit from the Jamaat. And when the dua ends, when the noise starts, and it's not just the children, we are also doing the same thing. We are so loud. Just leave the Jamaat Khana after the dua ends. This is the workaround I will suggest. Ji.
Yali Madad Aziz sir, can I in short, Molali Madad, can I in short, there was Gulshan Al-Dina missionary. I'm pretty sure you must have heard her AZIZ. In that, she generally talks about the Bamra, who's got a lot of, he goes on the flowers, and there is a Eid by, in the rice we get all that Eid, that in India, Pakistan, when you clean the rice. So there's a story behind that. When you go to Jamaat Khana for those 30 minutes, how you have to be. So Pamra is more like the Jamaat Khana and Mola Bopa, and Irba is us who take all the world along with us, or the pain along with us, physical or mental pain, and go to Jamaat Khana. But if we leave it out with our shoes, then we get connected to the roses, the smell, the fragrance of what Mola Baba is giving. Yesterday you were saying, remember, that you can smell, you can hear Noor, you can smell Noor. Yeah, you can see it. So I just connected it. I just thought I should share with you. Thank you, Yali Mother.
Thank you. Thank you. Ji Kamle Sahib.
Sir, one friend just shared a question in the private chat asking, you talked about true ilm. Nowadays, ilm is coming from every direction. How can one determine which is true ilm?
Right. Very good question. And that was the question present to you. 3 questions. 1, what is ilm? What is ilm? First, we have to understand what is ilm. Then, which ilm is for us? Second question. And the third question, what is true ilm? Inshallah, in this ilmi session, we will be able to know what is ilm, which ilm is for us, and what is the true ilm. Those are the questions. I'm glad that you are focusing and paying attention to it. Think about it. So this week, when you are listening to all those, sessions, lectures, commotion, and is coming from everywhere. This week, when you listen to them, focus and see which one you think is the ilm and which one is just the information. Second, which ilm is for you and which is not for you. Third, which is the true ilm, and which is just the knowledge, not the wisdom. When you come back next week, inshallah, you will be 50% there, and you will know which ilm is the ilm of the Imam, the true ilm, and then you will be able to move forward with that true ilm. Because information is too much, it's just everywhere around us. And we are wasting so much time in this information, in this gossiping. G.
So we don't have any questions in the chat right now. Does anyone have any question? Unmute your device, please.
Sir, can I make a comment?
G.
This is in reference to the earlier question about the noise in Jamaat Khana. And this is just my own opinion, I would say, or my comment for myself. And if it's useful for somebody, then great. I think in addition to the best advice, which was, of course, to get to Jamaat Khana early and enjoy that pre-time of the silence and the peace. Interestingly, at least for myself, I found, as you know, we talk about life hacks, meaning when something goes wrong in life, how do you make a workaround? So interestingly, even after Jamaat Khana, when it's very, very noisy, if you can think, and I think I trained myself to do this, that you just change the perception. So let's say after Jamaat Khana and one wants to sit and offer some prayers on the side, you could sit against the wall or do some ibadat and prayers. On the one hand, we can either think of, oh, it's so noisy and I can't concentrate. On the other hand, if we switch our thinking to how wonderful all this life, all the spiritual children of the Imam who have come to this Jamaat Khana, all this noise, and that it actually works when there's more noise. You know, if it's quiet and one person's talking, it's very distracting, or small noise. But when the whole Jamaat, I'm not saying they should be noisy, but when you hear all the sound, if you even think of as if we're absorbing, like it's a torrential rains, and rather than getting distracted, you include that in your prayers, that all these people are here, all the sounds I'm hearing is the life, it's a proof of life, the soul, these people are alive, and these are my family, my spiritual family, and it kind of include them with the prayers. It's a workaround. It's like in that moment, you're not even praying for yourself anymore. You're taking all this as a time to absorb it within yourself, and you will get absorbed into them. And in a way, you're praying with that recognition of the one soul, the one Jamaat. Because of so much noise, everyone's alive together. So in the sense, we need either silence or we need the noise, and both of them can be, you can lose yourself, you can drown yourself into the noise, if that makes, just an opinion, just a thought.
Subhanallah, Subhanallah. Well said. G. Do we have any other comments or question? Otherwise, we can definitely stop here. Kamra Sahib?
So we don't have any question yet.
Thank you, sir. You give me learn a lot today. Now I won't bother my son. He's 30 years old and I was bothering him. You don't say dua all the time. You should say dua in a time. How are you going to teach your kid to say dua all the time? Now I won't bother him anymore.
Shukran Dalillah. Shukran Dalillah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone for joining us.
यारी मदद सर मौला सुखी सलामत आबाद रखे
Ameen, Ameen. Yali Madad.
Thank you, sir.
Yali Madad.
Sir, we've learned so much from you for past 2 years, you know.
Shukar Mola.
Thank you
Shukar
all
Mola.
participants. It was very, very knowledgeable.
Ameen. Shukar Mola. Shukar Mola. Shukar Mola. Shukar Mola.
Yali Madad, and thank you so much.
Very knowledgeable.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing. I learned a lot from you.
Ameen, Ameen. Shukar Mola. Shukar Mola. Thank you.
For all this.
Today it made me emotional, you know, when I heard what Iqbal Sahib said, जो खुदा जो हम गिन गिन के करते खुदा ऐसे ही देता है. I can't say it the same way like you did, but that made me so emotional.
खुदा छप्पर फाड़ के देता है, हम गिन गिन के देता है.
That's another bit. Yes. Thank you so much.